Yeah, I believe we're online. All right. Welcome to Lower Makefield Zoning Hearing Board for June 17th, 2025. We have 3 appeals on the agenda. However, one of them will be voted on for a continuance. Do you want to lead with that, or do you want to leave it for the end since there's really nobody here? Just leave it to the end? What do you want to do?
There's nobody's here for it, so.
Yeah, we'll leave it to the end. Okay, so we have a full board tonight. How about we call up Appeal Z25-27, K. Chapman, and you'll be sworn in, and then Adam will read the exhibits into record.
Could you state and spell your full name, please?
Excuse me, you have to talk into a microphone. Sorry, I should have told you. Make sure it's on as well.
Gregory K. Home Improvement. That's Gregory, Gregory,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, going to mark the exhibits as follows. We have the application as A1, site plans as A2, impervious surface and small project volume control collectively as A3, B1, proof of publication, B2, proof of posting, and B3, notice the neighbors.
Before we begin, I just want to make sure, Maureen, you're not participating, Township is not participating in this matter?
The township is not participating, correct?
Thank you. All right, the floor is yours.
Is this Appeal 27? Because it's listed as 17 on the TV. It's listed as exact solar.
No, this is
that's-
K. Chapman. This is 2527.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. It was listed on the bar on the bottom of the TV screen. The next.
It's probably Dan's fault.
It's all Dan's fault. Good job, Dan.
All right, Mr. K, you do officially have the floor.
Thank you. What we're requesting is the property is currently in non-compliance for impervious surface. The proposals for a new front porch on the front of the house. It's built as a deck style. We have included in our paperwork a storm management volume control, all the paperwork for that, and we have on there a pit to basically nullify the impervious surface that we're taking up. So the property's not any worse off than it was before we put the building on.
Okay, anything else, or you ready for questions from the board?
No, we're ready for questions.
All right, board, have at 'em.
Well, all right, for the first one, what is the proposed infiltration?
So 23.4% is proposed, 22% is existing.
And what is this proposed mitigation?
Oh, sorry. So he is bringing it back, he is proposed to bring it back to 22%. So just covering the 220 square feet proposed. So 37 cubic feet.
Okay, so we'll talk about it.
We're in the same.
18%.
Allowable is
I think they're
18%.
technically doing an extra cubic foot. I think it's 38 cubic feet proposed and 37 are needed.
Correct.
So technically, it'll
Oversized it
be
slightly.
slightly below
Yeah.
22 by a smidgen.
23.4.
All right, well, I'll do the next question then here. Frequently, when we're looking at these, since you're already exceeding the impervious on the surface, on the property there, might ask for some additional mitigation here. Typically, we ask for it back to what the,
Well, if you want to go back to original, we also had a volume control one calculated. I have done this 3 times before in the past.
okay?
You guys have always allowed us to go to the, just nullify the building, we're not changing the property. If you're changing your stance on that and we have to go back, we can put in we figure we need 140 cubic foot total runoff control. We have a paper for that, if that's what we need to go forward with it. If you'd like me to submit this, I can.
No, you don't need to submit it now, but we just really want to find out, you're up for mitigating back to the 18% if need be?
Yes, if I,
I mean, that would be something that if you agree to, we would just make it a condition of the approval, and at the time of the permitting and the approvals from the township engineer, they would make sure that the mitigation trench mitigated back to 18%. So,
yes, this would take up, we would mitigate with this 835 square feet.
Yeah, I also had 140
140
cubic
square
feet,
feet.
so
okay.
that would work.
So I see the porch on the plans. Where is the infiltration trench going? To be determined, or?
Because we have to put it to control the water that we're taking off from the front, so it'll probably go out in the front yard.
Okay.
It's a below grade, it's non-visible style, so there shouldn't be any issue putting it in the front yard.
Are you going to be running any of the rain leaders from the house into it?
Yes,
or-
yes.
Okay. Any additional questions from the board? All right. Is there any public comment in the room? You two want to battle each other tonight, maybe? You come forward, ask some questions, you stick around.
Yeah, he's approved too.
Is there any public comment online?
No light.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion?
All right. Make a motion to approve Appeal Z 25-27 as presented, but subject to mitigating back to the 18% impervious to the satisfaction of the township engineer.
I'll second.
Discussion.
That works.
I feel like you said it exactly how it needs to be said. Dan, are you happy with that?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd expect nothing
All
less.
right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
And then if you want to just upload that impervious sheet with the 18% calcs on it, and then just draw on the plan the location of the trench, how you're going to tie it in with the leaders, then we can just approve the permit.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
All right, good luck. Next up, Appeal Z25-17. Please come forward, be sworn in.
State and spell your full name, please. Christopher Abt, CHRISTOPHERABT.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
So we marked exhibits last time. There is an additional one that's in front of the board dated May 22nd of 2025, which has some of the renderings and an explanation of what they're doing, and then is once again signed by the neighbors. So we're going to mark that submission as A4.
All right, perfect. As a reminder, Ms. Carlton, the township solicitor, is participating in this matter. All right, welcome back.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for hearing us again. So as you recall, the last time I was in front of you, our original plan was to actually install a ground mount solar array that would extend in front of the property, along with a fence that would also block that from the street. Based on our discussion last month, we amended that plan to no longer request those variances, so we will do a normal fence that doesn't protrude into the front yard, and then we will install the solar array behind that. As the lady from the township? Yes. Thank you. It brought up at the meeting last month, it sounds like we do need a variance to allow us to build the solar array basically right after where that fence begins, the backyard portion, instead of having it set back 50%. So that's why I'm in front of you this evening, because we weren't aware of that, so thank you for that guidance. So if you approve it, we would like to simply slide the array forward so that it starts right after the fence, and that would save us about 300 square feet of space in our yard that otherwise would be difficult to access just because of where the array would be.
Okay, how about we start with the board, and then Maureen, you can jump in.
Beyond me.
Board, anybody?
I'd actually like to hear from Maureen first.
Yeah, I would too.
Save a lot of time.
Maureen, look at that. Little mutiny going on tonight. I'll deal with you people later.
What we discussed last time, what we brought to the attention of the applicant was the ordinance states that any accessory, and I apologize, I do not have the citation, the ordinance in front of me, states that it must start in the median of the improvement, which would be, and the median's described as really halfway between the front of the house and the rear of the house. So as the applicant just stated, where it should be placed is in Figure 1 of the exhibit that's before you. And I guess the request is to seek a variance from the ordinance, which would allow them to bring it forward. Of course, the township drafts ordinances, likes the ordinances, would prefer that it be halfway back, but we understand the applicant's position that they are losing valuable backyard space, it appears, if they shift everything to the front. The fence, I believe, is in compliance. The fence will be how tall in the front?
I believe 5 feet, but I verified that it would not be higher than any ordinances.
So it does comply with the ordinance, as long as the height of the fence in the front yard complies. And I believe in the narrative that was submitted, it states as part of the project, we'll install a 6-foot-high privacy fence along the southeast perimeter of the solar array, which would connect our house and the existing fence along the southwest property line. So I don't know if that means that it is, because I don't have the orientations in front of me, I would say as long as the fence is in compliance with the ordinance, that would be acceptable.
Yeah, we had brought that up the last time because of the previous fence issues we've had earlier this year.
Yes.
And that was where the discussion came from, that if he pulled the fence back to be flush with the front of the house,
Yep.
that then he would be in compliance and he wouldn't have to have a variance for it because it wasn't in the original application for a
Correct.
variance for that.
Right.
And if
So
I'm not mistaken, that ordinance says it could be up to 7 feet high, correct?
I know that the ordinance is 7 feet high, but I don't know if that's in a front yard. I believe it's on the,
But this isn't considered the front yard anymore
Yes,
because
not
it's flush to
considered
the yard anymore. It's flush to the corner of the
flush
house.
to the corner of the house. Okay, correction. So it could be 7 feet, I believe. I think it's up to 7 feet.
We'll be at 6 feet, so we're not even going to approach that.
Okay, good.
Don't want to make it hard. Thank you.
Dan, do we have the ordinance?
Sure. So you're going to have 6 feet around all of the yard, and at that front part, you're going to have 5?
No, sir, just so the front of the house will be 6 feet. There's an existing fence.
No, the
line
fence
that goes
isn't
around
in the variance
perimeter of
anymore.
the
The question
property
is though.
that we're not touching.
What's the reference?
And how high is that
number
one?
for-
It's one of the fences that has like slats. It's like 3 horizontal slats. So it's
Oh, you're talking about a
so we
split
can
rail
refer
fence?
it. What's
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just that.
And
Sorry.
the solar array that you're putting in, once it's set up, how high above the ground are they to the top?
I believe it's 12 inches off the ground.
That's it?
Correct, yeah. So instead of stacking them, they're basically kind of just layered, sort of like tiles, but
Okay.
there's separation between each panel so that the
Okay.
runoff doesn't.
You'd have to jump over the fence to see them.
Correct, from the street. There, you'd
Okay.
be, yeah, unless you have a drone flying over my house, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Any additional questions? Any public comment online? Okay. At this point, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll do it. I'd like to move to approve Appeal Z 25-17, in which the homeowner will put a fence up in compliance with existing codes, meeting the front corner of the house and going back from there, and allowing the solar arrays to be mounted on the ground within the side of the home in that entire area. Did I word that correctly?
I think we just need to say as presented, quite frankly.
Actually, well, as revised per the exhibit. It has to be the new exhibit, not the original application.
As presented via testimony and Exhibit A4.
Exhibit A4.
Correct.
Want to take another run at it, Christian?
Motion to approve Appeal Z 25-17 as presented, with the new fence being code compliant and the solar arrays being beyond the median point of the house up to that fence.
As per presentation in
As presented.
in A4.
As presented in Exhibit A4.
A4.
A4?
Yeah, Exhibit A4.
Exhibit A4, thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's take one more run at it for the record.
Oh, my goodness.
Just like, Chris, as simple as like, as presented in Exhibit A4 and testimony on June 17th. That's, you don't have to get into the other stuff if you don't want to.
Okay, the motion is to approve Appeal Z 25-17 as presented this evening on the 17th of June from Figure 2 of Exhibit A4.
Second.
I'll second.
Discussion. By the way, yeah, that was perfect. Discussion, anyone? Maureen?
We're fine with that, with the motion as made.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 The ayes have it.
Thank you for your help.
Yep, thanks for coming in front of us twice.
I don't recall. I want to say it was about 24 kilowatt hours, but by putting it on the ground, we're actually going to get 80% more efficiency. That was another reason why we wanted to do it. So, thank you all for your help and your guidance, ma'am.
Mark's still around, or?
I'm sorry?
Mark Horton?
The name sounds familiar. Yes, so he came by at the very beginning when he was when we were soliciting different submissions for it. He seemed like a nice guy. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Appeal Z 25-13 contacted the township earlier to request a continuance. Appears like, I'll just ask, is there any public comment online? Okay, discussion, or do we want to just go right to a motion?
I would ask that on the date that they request, what else do we have on the calendar for that date?
There's nothing currently for August 5th. Besides that one.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion?
I motion to grant a continuance as requested by the appellant for Appeal Z-25-13 to be continued on August the 5th of 2025.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Before we adjourn, is there anything else we need to talk about, board? Maureen, you filled me in earlier. I don't know who heard. Would you mind just revisiting what you said about the supervisors and additional board members?
The supervisors are aware of the vacancy that's going to be created by Peter's move, I think in August? Is that
August,
correct?
yeah.
Yes. They're aware of that and aware of the need for not only filling that seat, possibly another seat, and having alternates available. So they are consciously and vigorously looking for suitable applicants.
That's a great word, vigorously. Lawyer speak right there, everybody. All right, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.